Tickling my sunburn.
Landed it.
No, you didn't.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing on this beautiful Tuesday?
2 for Tuesday. Well, there's 3 of us, but
yeah, 3 for Tuesday. Anyways, guys, we got a ton of rain last night. As soon as we got home from working yesterday, it came down and pretty much continued almost all night long and dropped us from mid 80s, high 80s that TQ was complaining about yesterday, to now we're about 45 degrees.
It's so cold.
See what you did here, TQ?
You gotta complain about everything, right?
You complain about the weather again, you're going on timeout.
It's so cold.
Just kidding.
Burr.
It's absolutely freezing. My nose is already stuffy again. Enough chit chat and yip yapping. We're gonna get to work.
Let's go pick up sticks. Trickier. Did that just happen? There's tracks coming from here all the way there, and there's a car sitting right there.
See that? And the bush is gone.
Yeah, and there's a person in the car. You have your phone on you? You have Sean's phone number? Can you give him a call?
TQ and Lathan were a little freaked out. They didn't know if this person was on alcohol or some kind of drugs, so they didn't know. So they saw the person was moving, called me, so I went ahead and walked over and checked on him. All right, guys, so I wanted to share this with you real quick. This is our church here. If you can see this accident here, came down through, took a couple of the church signs out and the, I don't know, children at play sign, I think it was. A couple things there, and then they came straight through and went down through here. Well, when we showed up, we thought that car had just wrecked. So I walked down there because there's a young lady sitting in it, and I guess Saturday, a drunk driver, DUI driver, whatever you want to call it, came through here, went through her bushes, and then hit her car that's currently sitting there right now. She has a tarp on it because it smashed her back window out, but hit her car, and they arrested him, got him, whatever. But I just wanted to share this for the simple fact I had a conversation with Lathan yesterday about being vigilant at all times and not getting, you know, just because you have a neon on, don't just think everybody always sees you or everything is just always going to be okay, to have your head kind of on a swivel. Because if a car comes through there, you know, imagine that was Saturday afternoon, you know, if we would have been here working by chance, you know, you see what they're doing right now. They're picking up sticks right in this area. So you just got to be careful, guys. I'm glad we weren't here. I'm glad everybody seems to be okay. Some damage, but, you know, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Don't ever assume just because you have neons on, strobes on, that people see you. They are texting a lot of times, not paying attention, get distracted. You got to watch yourself. You got to watch your own back, and just kind of stay on top of everything. Like whenever I took driving school, the driving school instructor, 25 years ago or so, whatever, it's been 20 years ago. Man, I'm really dating myself here. He said, you know, it's not typically your fault in an accident. It's another driver. So you can avoid a lot of accidents simply by just paying attention to other people and what they're doing. But I'm glad that young girl was okay. She did lose her car. So if you guys notice here, that was one pass coming forward. But if TQ gets up real close to it, you'll notice a lot of the dirt doesn't come up out. It cuts it, but it doesn't get it up out because it's just so much dirt on your first cut of the season. So what I like to do is go backwards now, and now you'll see that dirt come up and kick out a lot more. So show them it before. So now, when you go to flip edge every single week for the next 3 weeks, that trimmer line can run right down that edge, nice and clean. You're not gonna eat up your line, and your edge is gonna look perfect. Alright guys, Lathan's got one stop sign I think left over here. TQ got it all mowed out. Got a little more cleanup there. Guys, well, I was about to show you the finished product, and TQ just pointed out that I missed a spot right over there on the back. So, anyways, let me speed you guys up here. I'll really show you what the front looks like. Lathan's blown off a little bit right there where the construction's going on. Shot out in the road. Kind of got some signs and stuff going on today. Do some presidential stripes into this one. Looks really good. Still got a little trim in here. TQ will finish up right at where I think it is. So kind of Lathan worked on that half. TQ's finishing this half.
We can't forget Mrs. Cone. Oh.
It's tall.
It is tall. Let's take a look at her. Nice fertilized.
This one here, Lathan, will
We did take this one on a little later in the season last year.
We're done getting everything almost to the point of blowing off. I'll hard edge it with the hard edger, and then we'll clean it off. I just didn't want you to start blowing off or anything, and then me got to make a mess again, you know? Cool.
Going over the game plan.
let this dry and then go over it again. It's super tall and soaking wet. I didn't really catch on to it throughout the day, but now that I'm sitting here at the computer desk and I'm editing, I'm noticing that Lathan is hunching over quite a bit because he's a taller fella, and this is pretty common with folks that are a lot taller. The trimmer's not short or anything, it's just simply he's so tall. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a Darwin's grip on it to see if it'll help him out.
The hang of it. He's doing a good job.
So Lathan's doing great. He's just, he's taking his time. You really don't want to make a mistake, which that's fine. Like we told him, speed will come. But we just told him to work on, you know, good trimming. That's really what we want. We don't want to scalp the lawn. We don't want to damage stuff. So he's really just learning it. Like I told you guys, he's very green to the green industry. So we're trying to teach him as much as we can. He got a ton dumped on him yesterday. And today we're just kind of letting him go through it, make mistakes, and then correcting him with the little things that we see and things that we can help him with.
how nicely that edge getting cut in.
Believe how overgrown those edges are, because we edged this thing every 3 weeks last year. It had to just be from over winter getting smashed down from the plow or whatever was taking care of the walkway. Probably took a solid inch of just sod off of the front all the way around. I know some of you might ask about the cracks in the driveways. So something like this where it's built up about 2 inches, we just suggest to the customer to kill it off with some killer, because if we trim it, it'll be just that big again next week. And there's these little rocks in there. I don't know if you pick them up, but these little babies right there, it's completely full of them from whenever they poured that and cut it in. And we do not want to eat windows, anything around here. Everything's expensive. So TQ's just taking that excess dirt that we cut off, that little strip of sod, and just dispersing it back into the lawn. Now if it was much more than, you know, an inch or so, we'd go ahead and scrape it with a hard shovel and just take it with us in a bucket. But this little stuff, you know, it's only an inch in certain spots. You can disperse it back into the lawn good. He's trying not to blow it onto hers. He's afraid he's gonna make TQ mad, but he don't. I'll tell him afterwards, but yeah, there he goes. Just get it. Get it. It's just not knowing, you know, you don't wanna make anybody mad if you blow grass onto it, but when you gotta disperse this much, you just gotta hammer it down. So it'll take a little time. He'll learn though. There we go. Oh, neighbor's flagging me down here, guys. I'm gonna walk over here real quick. Neighbor was waving at me real quick, so I went down. I thought she was gonna ask for service, but she actually thought we were the company that was taking care of hers, and she was wondering why we hadn't mowed yet. And I just explained to her, I said, ma'am, we didn't mow your property. We've never mowed your property. She goes, I could have swore it was that truck. I said, no. I said, Spencer Lawn Care? She said, I don't remember the company's name my husband hired. She's like, but I was just wondering because our grass hasn't been mowed yet. I was like, well, we can mow it. I said, you just let me know or give me the go ahead. She's like, no. She's like, I'll let my husband handle that. I'm like, okay.